Letters from family and friends. Olivia has such a way in her photography, as she does in her life. Her empathy at such a young age has guided her through, and it shows in her work. I have to say my favorite is her black and white work. The contrast in her work, especially the scenery, just sets a mood, like you're right there with her when she has taken the photo. Her color film work, which I think is on the newer side, has opened up a new avenue for her. Olivia thinks outside the box and can be very whimsical in her photography. She has grown so much in her work in the last few years. I cannot wait to see the next steps and where this will lead her. I think that Olivia expresses her thoughts and feelings in such a beautiful way through her work. Her photographs are clean, each image carefully thought out. They shed light on difficult topics, which I think is very important for her as an artist. Recently, Olivia has been incorporating more writing into her work, which I'm very proud of her for. The way she writes amazes me, and I envy her for her ability. Her writing paired with her photographic work greatly enhances the sense of vulnerability and the importance of connection with the viewer. Olivia's work has grown so much over the time I've known her. I watched her make the big decision to switch from photojournalism to fine art photography, and I think it was the perfect decision for her. She's able to create intriguing imagery that keeps the viewer interested. With much of her work being focused on personal experiences, as you view her work, you get to know her. But while learning about who Olivia is, you can still find something to relate to. While learning about her, you learn about yourself. She's not afraid to take a risk and try something new, like her film photography. When Olivia shoots analog, she photographs in an entirely different way and can create portraits of people she's never known in a way that makes you feel like she knows them. Olivia's work is so deeply personal and deals with emotions in a way I find amazing. It is incredible to me how raw so much of the work is. In particular, I love her series, The Journey. While it speaks to an experience that I am somewhat familiar with, it does so in a way that truly speaks to her own experience as a queer person. The photos in the series, in combination with the featured writing, send such an emotional message to me. I think this series is some of her strongest work, both conceptually and visually. In addition, I would say that her series Double Takes of Rochester is equally strong, although for different reasons. I love to see the way that Olivia thinks about the pairings of images and how she decides how they belong together. Visually, I think this is her strongest work I've seen so far. I love the way the forms in each image speak to each other and work together to form cohesive diptychs. Many of the pairings are relatively obvious, and the relation can be determined at first glance. But this makes those diptychs that are less obvious really stand out and shine within the series. I think Olivia has a very strong sense of composition and emotion that allows her to get her ideas across very effectively through her work. I also really like the chair photos. Olivia has an eye for the unusual. Some of her concepts are just so thought-provoking. Her series on Inside the Mind makes me think about loneliness and separation, all with a ball of yarn. Her pictures in A+, you can feel the pressure that she has built up inside her to be successful. The Journey is just a beautiful and touching display of change. Olivia shows commitment to a concept she has with chair photos, obviously lugging that chair everywhere in sun, rain, and snow, including the roof of a house. There's a lot of talent shown in these photos, fun, mystical, and moving. Congrats.